Hello and welcome to Dotto Tech. One of the trends that we've been focusing on for the past several years is wireless. That's a theme that will continue today. We're going to show you a wireless multifunction device that has us all more than a little impressed. We're also going to look at a top-end performance PC from HP, their Pavilion Elite series. But this is the star of the show today, the HP PhotoSmart C8180 all-in-one. Now, I have probably shown you a few dozen multifunction printers over the past years, and I got to tell you, the bar is pretty high when it comes to today's crop of all-in-one devices. Each time I look at a new one, I'm impressed by the innovation, both in print technology, in price, and in interface. The manufacturers are constantly challenged to come up with better, less expensive, more innovative technology, and they just keep getting better. As I mentioned, today's star is the PhotoSmart C8180 all-in-one. This is a remarkable device. Of course, it's an all-in-one printer, scanner, and copier, but it is much more. It is the first one that I've used that boasts its own CD and DVD burner. Now, why would you want a CD, DVD burner in your printer? Well, do you have a few minutes? There are so many reasons, and I'm going to show as many of them to you as I can, but you are going to have to be patient. First, let's have a look at the basic features of the C8180. And like all multifunction devices, it's built on a printer engine. It uses HP's advanced print engine, their PhotoSmart print engine, the Vivera 6 ink system. Now, this ink will give you photos that are the same quality as you're going to get from a photo finisher at a comparable price that will last for generations. And they've made some really brilliant advances in ink technology. For example, all of these ink cartridges here actually recycle the ink back into the inkwell before it has a chance to dry near the print head. So more ink ends up on your paper than ends up being purged when you clean your print heads. That sort of technology is exclusive to HP. So we've also got here two different print trays, two different paper trays, one for photo paper and the other for our standard paper, so we don't have to constantly keep changing back and forth when we want to print off photographs. Next on the line is the scanner, and the scanner is a 96-bit 6-color scanner that actually has the ability to scan directly onto CD DVD, one of the benefits of the CD and DVD. But the scanner itself, is a flatbed scanner, which means that we can put irregularly shaped objects like books on it, and beyond just scanning reflective materials like paper, we can also scan transparencies like negatives and slides. The scanning resolution is up to 9,600 dots per inch, which is exceptionally high. Now, you need that high resolution for doing slides and negatives, small format items. For scanning in paper, usually 300 dpi is more than enough if you're doing photo work, but for those transparencies, for little slides, higher resolution, 9600 dpi, will give you the kind of quality you need to print out enlargements. Now, we marry a scanner and a printer, and what do you have? You got a copier. And that's one of the real hidden benefits of having a multifunction device at home, is having a photocopier at home that you have access to at any time. I can't tell you how useful it is to have to, say, make a copy of a receipt for the insurance company or for some purpose and be able to keep the original, make a copy yourself without having to run down to a place where you can make a copy. Now, all of that is managed right here in HP's TouchSmart interface. Now, a lot of HP's higher-end peripherals have this touchscreen interface, and it is brilliant. It gives us total control over every aspect, because quite often we will use this device not hooked up to a computer at all, but right from this interface here. So if I want to make a copy, I can just go in and I can tap on the copy button. It's all touchscreen, and all of the menus make it very easy for me to access, doing enlargements, reductions, the number of copies, all accessed from the touchscreen itself. The C8180 is way more than meets the eye. And up next, we're going to walk through some of the remarkable new features that we've not seen in an all-in-one before. Let's spend a little more time on HP's PhotoSmart C8180 and look at the CD and DVD drive in this all-in-one. Now, as you'd expect, we can make CDs and DVDs directly from memory cards or by scanning in documents, which is a very convenient process. It's also great for backing up your photos and for sharing them. But for me, the most exciting thought came when I consider the computers I'm using on a daily basis. Here's two of the notebooks that I use. I'm using a Lenovo tablet PC and the MacBook Air. See, I like small and portable when it comes to notebooks. Now, they appear to have little in common with each other, and indeed with the PhotoSmart. But each of these notebooks shares one characteristic other than being lightweight. Neither of them has an optical drive. So if I want to install any software, move any music onto either of these, I have to either download it from the internet or I have to find a portable CD DVD drive and plug that in. But now, using the PhotoSmart, I can actually access the drive from either of these notebooks. Now, for the Mac, I just plugged it in the USB cable into the back, and now I can actually access this drive as though it was a local drive on the Mac itself. And let me show you that process. I'm just going to take a music CD and say I've got a collection of songs that I want to import. I'm going to pop that in, and now this is very cool. The printer, the CD drive in the printer is reading the music. And because it's connected by USB cable to the MacBook Air, the MacBook Air thinks that it's its CD drive. And it's going to say, oh, wait a minute, there's music here. And what does the Mac do when it sees music? It says, you want to import that into iTunes, Steve? And it's asking me very politely now, here's the Rodgers and Hart songbook. And it says, oh, iTunes, would you like to import this music into your iTunes collection? Just like as though I had a local drive in the computer itself. So I can burn discs, burn my own music CDs, my own photo CDs, my own DVDs. It's as though the MacBook Air now has an internal CD burner. And the integration is complete. I'm just going to exit out of here and watch this. If I close this window down and I select and just eject the CD, that is great hardware integration. You'd think this was built by Apple and not by HP. And the next thing I want to show you is taking a memory card from a digital camera. I'm going to pop the memory card into the card reader, and once again the Mac will be able to access all of the files that are on that memory card through the multifunction device itself. And it'll appear here on my desktop as files that I can download directly into iPhoto, and I can start to deal with all the pictures as I would. But I can also, I'm going to show you the next part, is I'm going to take a blank DVD and I'm going to pop that in the DVD drive. And now the Mac is going to say, wait a minute, you not only have a bunch of photos you can download from the memory card, but you also have a blank DVD that you can work with. So I could then make my own DVD using my Mac or using my PC if it was hooked up to the PC at this point, and I could do all those sorts of things. Or if I want to bypass the computer completely, I can use the touch panel here, and I can go into the Save menu, and in the Save menu I can choose to save those files to CD or DVD. Now this is great because imagine you're at the beach with your brother all day and you've taken maybe 100 pictures and you're just driving home and he wants all the pictures to take home, but you don't want to download them onto your computer and then burn a DVD for him. This is a really fast and convenient way to move all the photos onto a DVD so he can take them with him as he goes. When I think about adding the C8180 to my home office, I get very excited because I'm adding a networkable printer. That means that all the computers in the home can access this, wired or wireless. We'll talk more on that in a moment. But the fact that it provides me with an optical drive means that I can use it with all of my driveless notebooks, both Mac and PC. I am in awe of this device, but it only gets better. When we return, we're going to show you a little wireless action. Blogs, podcasts, streaming video, you can find it all on our new website. Check out dottotech.com.